Good evening. It is February 8th, a Tuesday evening. This is our weekly A Course in Miracles meeting. I'm Glenda Carlin, but we meet from 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. And those that can't come live, that's why I post the recordings on my YouTube channel. Glenda Carlin, A Course in Miracles, YouTube. Real original. So welcome, Holy Son of God, Sally, Holy Son of God, Eli, Holy Son of God, Francis, Holy Son of God, Joanna, Holy Son of God, Nance, Holy Son of God, Teresa, Holy Son of God, Julia, Holy Son of God, Debbie, Holy Son of God, Lee Ellen. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Here comes in Leon's iPad. Welcome, Leon. You're getting hooked up here to audio. We are recording. Hi, Leon. Welcome. I'm going to mute you. We are recording. We started well, and I just said Son of God to everyone. So, Son of God, Leon, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Now, tonight, the topic is stop shaking the snow globe. Which is your mind. Stop shaking your mind. Now, before I go into that talk, and I stole that from Lama Surya Das, that wasn't an original phrase, but anyway, we're going to do a different meditation. And it comes from one of his books called Natural Radiance. And in the back of this book, there's an actual CD, or sometimes if there's not CDs, you can order an audio version with it, and in it is this skyGazing meditation. We're not going to do very long of it, but I'm going to read it. So first thing I want us to do is to relax. So just kind of shrug your shoulders, kind of go gaga, wah wah, wallow your mouth around your head, your hands. Take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, say, ah. Then take another deep breath in from the belly up, and then exhale with a saying, ah, as you exhale, and then a third deep breath in, and exhale saying, ah, and we're all muted, so nobody's looking. Appearances don't matter. What matters is relaxing. Relaxing yourself. And there's Lynn. Welcome, Holy Son of God, Lynn. We're in the middle. We're going to do a different meditation, Lynn, from one of Lama Surya's books called Natural Radiance. So we just did our in-breaths. Take an in-breath in and relax, and then exhale saying, ah. Just relax yourself. And I'm now close your eyes, and I'm just going to read this. And because it's our first time, so no worries. You just do the best you can. Sky-gazing meditation can be done indoors or outdoors. Because see, we're gonna since it's dark most places, you're gonna imagine there's a blue sky out in front of you here in a minute. But anyway, close your eyes, which you've done. Rest your hands wherever comfortable. Take a deep breath. Comes Joan. Hi, Joan. Just mute yourself. Welcome, Holy Son of God, Joan. Joan, we're going to do a different meditation from Lama's book called Natural Radiance. Everybody's taking some breaths, 3 breaths in. You're still not muted, Joan. And then on the exhale, say, ah, ah. Okay. And here's where we were. Close your eyes, rest your hands wherever comfortable, take a deep breath and let it out, which we already did. Then take another deep breath and relax. Here he says, let go, drop everything, settle naturally, and rest at ease. Let any thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations pass like waves in the sea or like clouds in the sky, while simply observing their transparent, rainbow-like nature. Be still and rest in the present moment, in nowness. When you find your thoughts drifting off, gently return to open awareness. For just this moment, relax into a feeling that there is nothing to do right now, nothing to figure out, understand, or achieve. Simply be present, attentive, aware. Breathe in and out, deeply and slowly, letting go a little bit more with each out breath. Let everything quiet down naturally by itself. Let the body settle naturally in its own place, in its own time. Let the mind also settle naturally in its own way, in its own time. Let the mind, I already did that. Let everything go. Let be. The three essential components of this first part of the sky-gazing meditation are to breathe, smile, and relax. When you've settled down and feel a sense of alertness, calmness, and present awareness, open your eyes and raise your gaze to the sky. So see, it's dark here, so you just imagine there's a sky out there, and you're going to raise your gaze, meaning raise your eyes up to look up a little and out. Gaze evenly into space and see, because there's no sky, imagine the blue sky or this empty air that's in front of you. Gaze evenly into space with a soft focus. Do not force a stare. Just rest your eyes on and in the vast, undifferentiated, spacious expanse before you. Space, like mind, has no beginning or end, no inside or outside, no actual form, no color, no size, no shape. Mingle your gaze with this space. Merge yourself in your mind with infinite, empty space. Dissolve into space until you become spacious awareness itself. As you exhale into space. So just take a breath in, and as you exhale, picture that you're exhaling into space, following your out breath into external space. Allow all your thoughts, feelings, sensations, and emotions to come and go freely, letting everything that enters your awareness dissolve into vast space, and experience the radiant transparency of free-flowing present awareness. Continue gazing freely into vast space, into the open sky, with the crystal clarity of naked awareness, and let everything go. Breathe the sky in and out, and breathe and dissolve into the sky with your out breath. Follow the out breath all the way out into space. Mingle with the sky and slowly dissolve totally into the spacious joy of meditation. When a thought arises, watch it come and watch it go. When a feeling presents itself, watch it as it passes away by itself, without interference or manipulation. When you become aware that the quality of your attention is fading, see if you can bring it back by returning your attention to the natural in and out motion of the breath, focusing your attention on following your breath, your out breath, and letting everything dissolve with it. Continue this process until you're resting evenly in luminous, centerless emptiness. So I'll just be quiet here a second. Just imagine that in an out breath that you've mingled with the sky, space. Now this, because I've read quite a bit on here. Now, what this meditation does, and what my topic tonight is, stop shaking the snow globe, which is not stop shaking the snow globe of your mind. This is what this meditation is teaching you. when you meditate, either by yourself or with a group, or I meditate with these two different Dzogchen groups, they'll remind us every once in a while, you can take a breath, a deep belly breath in and exhale saying, ah, A-H, that's real important, ah. And what you do then, you're refreshing, you're starting again, because when we're new at meditation, we're new at trying to meditate for more than 5 minutes, the mind will attach or grasp or cling onto a thought. And before you know it, you're off thinking about a story, what went on TV or whatever, your family. But as you catch that, then you bring your mind back to this spaciousness that he's asking you to look for, the sky, this blue sky in your mind, into that space. And you're just trying to be with the sky space, and then your mind will wander, and then you just bring it back. You're not trying to stop the thoughts, because that will not work. That's something I didn't know before I met up with these Dzogchen group. I was trying to stop the thoughts. No. Even when you're awakened, ego thoughts are still going to come through the mind, but you've learned to let them come and go. You're not grabbing onto them. So I'm going to just now go quickly to the part in my email where I talk about this grasping. Now picture, this is a great illustration. Oh, I want to welcome in Jesus, Buddha, enlightened beings, ascended masters. Oh, guide us, help us have fun, but guide us to gain insights and truths and have fun too. Is this really helped me? Is picture a snow globe, and when it's quiet, you can look in there and you can see whatever's in there. If there's a house or beautiful mountainside, but you shake that sucker, all those snow particles show up, and it clouds and covers the whatever's there. You can't even see what's there. But if you stop shaking the snow globe, over time, those particles will settle and everything becomes clear. Now that's like our mind. What happens is we're shaking our mind, and we're shaking it by having these thoughts that we're going to cling to, like things, we're always wanting something or not wanting something. Now, what's good about journaling is you can write these thoughts down. We're either liking something or disliking it. And that's pushing it away. We're either loving something, bringing it to us, or we hate something. We're pushing it away. We got an aversion. So I want you to kind of picture what's going on here. This is like a tug of war in your mind. You got a thought, I want this, and then I don't want that. And what's happened, this is causing the snow to just be shook. All your thoughts are shaken up there, and they're clouding your mind, like monkey mind, like popcorn popping, going off, thought. I want this, I don't want that, blah, blah. With this meditation, and any meditation really, you're becoming aware of what the hell your mind's doing. And the thing that really helped me, really brought me to this point, is to let go of those thoughts as they come up. Just let it pass like a cloud in the sky or a bird in the sky. Because think about it, this is an illusion. This is a dream. It's an hallucination. So why the heck am I grabbing onto things and making them real? That's what Jesus is teaching us in the Course, that this is an illusion, a fantasy, a hallucination, a dream. I mean, what the heck? But do we truly believe that? Of course we don't, until slowly you awake from the dream and you're realizing the impermanence of all these things. That's why it's like a pendulum of a clock. You're letting things go and more things come in and those show up, and then you're letting those go. But this does not ever mean that we put our body in harm's way, or we don't set boundaries with our families or at our job, talk to our boss if there's some issue going on. We are not doormats. But what matters is how you handle. It's not the cards you're dealt, but how you play them. And as you play them, is recognizing that you can still plan and budget and talk to your boss, talk to your spouse about issues. But as soon as you feel that you're irritated, upset, or angry, that's when you've crossed the line from just discussing facts to judging. And Jesus tells us in the Course, we use our feelings and our mood to tell us which thought system we agreed to. And that's chapter 31. We either agree with the false egoic thought system, or we're agreeing with Holy Spirit's thought system. And how we know is our mood or feeling. And you can't even say that pain is something that happens, but suffering is optional. Meaning you got the cards you're dealt, but how are you going to play them? So while I'm playing the hand, am I bemoaning it, unhappy, irritated, arguing? Then that's causing the snow globe. The snow globe is being shook. You want the mind to settle down. And in this, when Lama Surya talks about this, he even brings up what happens when you stop shaking that snow globe. Everything becomes clearer, not just your mind, but the truths in the Course, or a contemplation of an item. You'll get quicker insight because your mind's not in this startled, shook, constant confusion of thoughts are coming in or just ricocheting off each other. Confusion is happening in the mind. And a phrase I really like that calms me is, I'm obtaining a state of non-distraction, free from clinging and grasping, at ease. Now picture what that says again. I'm developing a state of non-distraction. Now, what's the opposite of non-distraction is attraction. I'm out there focused on stuff. I'm attracted to it. I'm looking at it. I'm analyzing it. I'm taking it apart. I'm judging it's real. Getting involved in the story, Velcroing myself to it, versus just talking factually about something and asking for insight or inspiration from Holy Spirit, how to handle this issue or whatever. Or in meditation, putting the things that you think you need to be happy on the altar and then letting that altar in your body disappear to later be inspired. But that is a big statement. Maintain in a state of non-distraction, free from clinging and grasping, at ease. At ease means you're calm. You're in the flow. You're flowing with what's going on. I've not jumped in there and grabbed onto something and stopped the flow. That's the other thing that I've awakened to, is this great ray, as it comes in and goes out, there's a movement to it. And one of the visions I had that time was I was asked to stop and notice what was going on. And when I noticed the great ray was coming in and going out, it matched the rhythm of my heartbeat. And it matched the rhythm of my breath coming in and out. Well, that great ray, I now know, it can be called the Tao, the living Tao, the living God. Can also be called the Ah, A-H, A-H. I now will call it Ah. But really now, because I've heard it during that meditation when Lama Surya had us say ah, 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 and just waller that around in different pitches, and the ah took off by itself. I had nothing to do with it. And the ah, it went ah at high pitch, and it just went on and on and on and on. It wasn't me doing it. That was the ah force that is here living now, that is the creator of everything. You can call it God, the Tao, but I now call it ah, because it came about because I'm saying ah. Now, the other big thing is, that's why I asked you to take the deep breath in from the belly, and on the out breath, say ah, because ah can be a relief. Ah, just ah. You're just relaxing, you're letting go. See, what's big then, you'll feel you're letting go, and you'll feel a calmness and a peace that you've never felt before, because you're going into that living force, that living God, quietness. But this all builds on itself. So, but even during the day, I'll just walk around going, hi. You're like, ah. To me, I'm saying hi. There you are. I love you. Or I'll say, I love you, God. I love you, Tao. I love you, because I love you, Holy Spirit. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Buddha. Because, and asking, guide me, help me what to do or say, and to help my brothers. Help, what am I to do or say? But you're developing a relationship with your source, your creator. He's here. It's not a here yet, but he's here right now. And he wants to hold you in the comfort of his love, because that light is all around us. There's only this living, that force, even though it has an sound, it is a transparent golden light that Jesus talks about in the Course, a golden light, the golden arc of light. It's a golden light. And I've seen the golden transparent crystals, which were just an example that the light is see-through and it's golden. That's here now. But that's the living Tao, the living God that's here. And what's come to me in the last few days is, in meditation, that in and out breath, in that what he wrote there, just be aware of your in and out breath, in breath, out breath. You just be with it, watch it. Be like a watcher, the awareness that you are, and watch it and ask yourself, who's doing that? What the heck is breathing? And what can really help you is, I did this because Lama Surya's had it do it before. Take up some breaths, and then he'll say, just stop breathing. And you hold your breath. And I didn't get it till the last few days when I did this in meditation. When I held my breath, this in and out movement of the or Tao happened right in me. There was a movement in and out of the light. As I was holding my breath, that movement was still there. That light was still going in and out. Now, and I have to tell you, I'm kind of embarrassed. I've taken my breath for granted. I'm not kidding you. I mean, what the hell? You're not breathing, you're dead. But I never thought about, well, who's breathing me? Who's doing this? I just thought it was part of the body. Well, let me tell you, it's not. This is the living breath of life. Granted, we're in a form which is a symbol of the ego, but when the death occurs, like when my mom passed, my sister saw a white puff of light leave her head. That white puff of light is the spirit of God. It's the light that shows up in the eyes. It's the arc of light that we are. That is the breath. Without that breath, we're a dead duck. Then you're off to the next reincarnation if you haven't woke up. But that really got me. It really got me to realize that when we can talk about heaven, there's heaven, there's God, there's now the Tao, there's now in Islam, there's the Allah, I don't know, there's all the different names for the source. But when you stop that breath and can kind of sense there's still a movement, that movement's there no matter if I'm dead or alive. That is God. And when I wake up, then my light, I'm aware that my light is the light of the Tao, the light of God. And then it merges with Holy Spirit, and it doesn't have to be reborn in this rebirth cycle, birth and death. But if I was not awake or not awakened enough, then I go back in the cycle of birth and death, come back as another body and get another chance to wake the hell up. What are you? You're asking yourself also, the whole course is finding out what you are, what God is, and what your brothers are. this is a way to get down to the crux of it. Pause that breath and think about, I mean, there is still a force there. It shocked me. Oh, so then what happened? So in the vision, see now Lama Surya Das, I've taken him on as a teacher because he does parallel truths to the Course in Miracles. He teaches we're the light of the world too, and we're an awareness, just like Jesus does. But the way he says things causes me to go study the Course at a deeper level. But I'm not on a tangent of a smorgasbord of a whole buffet line of a whole bunch of stuff. Man, I'm narrowed down on this luminous, transparent, golden light, being able to see it, feel it, be in it, sit in it, and being in the flow of this light movement that's here now, which follows the in-breath and follows your heartbeat. So if you stop and just watch your breath come in and out, and take the deep breath in, you're calming yourself. You're really syncing yourself with that great ray light that you don't know is there, that's coming in and out. But the great ray light, or the Tao light or God light, it's causing the movement of your breath and heartbeat. But what I want to say is, so in visions, and then Lama Surya Das has talked about this, he'll say, we're like bubbles on the sea or waves on the ocean. Now, in Jesus's course, he'll talk about, you're part of the sun, a sunbeam or a sun ray. That's part of the sun. It's not separate, but we don't get it to that deep level. But maybe this will help you get it to the deep level. Is picture bubbles on the sea. That bubble isn't separate from the sea. That bubble has the same properties, same qualities as the sea. And what's it doing? It's riding on the top of that water. And that water, it moves with the wind, but the bubble just rides with it. Bubble isn't jumping up and down going, what the hell? I'm not a bubble. I'm going to jump off the water and go over here and walk around. No, the bubble is staying with the sea. Now, a wave on the ocean, picture that whole deal too. That wave is no different than the ocean, but it's flowing on top of the water of the ocean, but it's the same. But what I want to get at, there's a rhythm to everything. And that flow is what you want to be in. And how you can be in it is not fighting this stuff that shows up in front of you, saying, oh, I wish that didn't happen. What the hell did that happen for? They shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have done that. I mean, just fighting with this stuff, arguing with it, doesn't mean you can't be factual. Go off to the side and ask Holy Spirit, what am I to do or say about something? And I heard what a wise woman said. Well, it was Lama Surya's wife who passed away. She said, go off and argue with yourself. Then get perspective about who you think you're going to be arguing with, the other person. What are they going through? What are they doing? Do they realize they're Buddha, they're God, they're Christ? Or they're going through illness. They're going through their child's doing something stupid, blah, blah, blah. Go off and argue with yourself. Don't argue with your brothers. But the point is, we're not flowing when we are off, pushing stuff away, grabbing it to us, attached to us. I want it different. I want you to act different. So you get it, but I'm not. So anyway, in the vision, picture the stars in the sky. It came to me that, the arcs of light, when one son of God blew his mind apart, made the arcs of light, our individual golden arcs of light Jesus talks about. Those arcs of light are stars, the stars in the sky. This sky that you see out there mimics the solar system that you will see in your mind as a vision, that the light, the surface that the stars ride on, and see, all that comes and goes too in the Big Bang, in the flow. That solar system, it's flowing too. It's flowing to the rhythm of the Tao, the God force as well. And the stars, they're in that rhythm. But you all, each of us is an arc of light, is a star that's asleep up there in the solar system. But our purpose is to wake up the arc of light, and then you can feel the great ray come in, and you're aware then of you're aware of your thoughts more. You're stopped stirring the snow globe. Now, what I realized when I was doing this, these different things that I've done that have helped me, which might help you. Oh, let's go back to that arc of light or star. That star or arc of light really lives right behind your forehead. It's asleep. That arc of light is asleep. That arc of light, when it's awakened, the third eye opens. And then the great ray will pulsate in and out of your third eye. And it also pulsates vertically up and down. This light is continuous, and then it radiates all kinds of colors too. But that arc of light is back here. In some of the meditations that Dzogchen group do, they have people, when they have their eyes closed, picture a moon behind the forehead, or a sun, or a sunflower, because what they're wanting you to picture, there's light. The arc of light is right there behind your forehead. And sometimes they'll have you push on your eyelids, and then you can kind of see some luminous light back there in your mind. Because we seem to have a split mind of the egoic part and your holy part, and we're undoing this false ego by practicing Jesus's advanced forgiveness, thinking of your brother as spirit and not a body, turning your day over to Holy Spirit, and meditating. And also being open to Holy Spirit to practice some parallel truths that support the course, so you can get the course at a deeper level. So it's so, I can't now I don't mean to be preachy, but meditation is your way out. You can do these other things, but unless you meditate on a consistent daily basis, that's when I made my most improvements. Because the body is the ego, the home of ego. It's not been asked to sit in a chair for 5, 10 minutes, 15, 30, an hour. You're really teaching the body to calm itself. And then you're working on the mind, because your body's an image in the mind. So as your mind calms, the body will calm. But you're becoming master of your mind. And that's what I wrote down here, were some things I recognized. Well, first were the things that I do. What have I covered? All the things that I found that I've been doing is, because of this meditation and practicing these Dzogchen truths along with the course, I've learned of freedom. I'm not kidding, freedom from clinging and grasping or pushing things away. Like I have a companion. Before I know it, the mind wants to go think about something that guy ought to be doing. Hold it. That's his deal. Here's my deal. We can plan something together or not. That's his life. That's his deal. So I still, and even I'm retired, but I still budget plan. I have a handyman that does some work for me, family, friends, etc. So preparing for this talk, watching my mind, I'm aware now that I have a freedom, more of a freedom from the clinging and grasping, the pushing things away. That's huge. Then along the way, what happens, your mind wakes up. The mind's got to wake up to what it is. Christ Buddha. Your heart's got to open to the love and compassion you are, and how it opens is that you care about your brothers. You can't get awakened by thinking me, 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 me. That's why what's so great about this advanced forgiveness, you're practicing everybody that shows up in front of your face at the grocery store, the gas station, your family, whether they've done something good or bad. Somebody asked me that. Their life was just wonderful. They didn't have any drama. Well, the point is, nowhere in the course did Jesus say, I want you to only pick this good stuff over here to meditate on and think about them as spirit. No, we're doing everything that shows up in front of your face. And the problem is you don't remember to do it. So that's why I would have sticky notes everywhere, reminding me to practice the forgiveness. Because you got to remind yourself, because thousands of years we've been practicing ego. Body, 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 body. That one did something wrong. This one did something wrong. Don't like that. Don't like this. Wah, 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 wah. Just wallowing in egoic illusion. You're becoming master of your mind, like Jesus asked in the Course, who's master of your kingdom? Meaning your mind. Well, typically it's ego running the show. So, but the heart's got to open because you care about people, you care about your relationship with others, and you're aware that as you free your mind up from thoughts of separation from your brothers, and you think of your brothers as spirit, you've done the highest thing you can do for anyone. Because as you think of them as light, your mind in that instant, you are light, you emit light, that thought goes out into the space, the spaciousness, and touches them. They may not know it right then, but it could come to them. It touches them, it opens them. So it's how you think of them. And if you can, like one of my handyman was in an accident, I went and visited him in the rehabilitation place, asking if he wanted something to eat different. And I took him some food, but you can damn well count on, I was practicing forgiveness. He was not a body. He was free. He was still as God created him. Even, now when I'm talking to him in the room, I'm not thinking that because we're in conversation, but when there's a pause, as soon as I can, I'm looking at him as spirit and trying to remember to beam light from my forehead into his. And then when I sat in the car and did it. So that opens the heart. The heart has to open, and it's an actual physical experience. It will open. The third eye's got to open. This third eye, which is single vision, not a dualism of these two eyes. That will happen. And you will actually feel this flow of the great ray light, the Tao, the God living force, the light, move. And ultimately, your whole body will get filled with light. You will feel this light pulsate out of your feet, out of every part of you. Because in meditation, when Holy Spirit does that inflation and then deflation, in the deflation, Holy Spirit's pressing the light into every one of my cells. I can feel it just pressing it, because it's going straight through me, because we got so many cells. But again, it's all these judgment thoughts, the unconscious mind. I don't even know what all it's doing. I'm just feeling the light getting pressed into me, which ultimately results in you feeling the light. And this brings me to an example I didn't write here that just happened last night or yesterday. I was meditating with that Dzogchen group out of LA. I got to watch the time. Out of LA. And Lama Surya talks about non-meditation. Now, this is a different step. Right now, I'm just trying to get you guys to meditate, calm the mind. But ultimately, you will go to a state of non-meditation. And what that means is you'll just and it happened to me yesterday. Picture all these months that I've been doing all this meditation since last June. But I'm telling you, ego's a hard nut to crack. Now you can go faster because I'm now trying to streamline steps for you. So your process will be different. But I was sitting here in my chair and I realized I didn't need to do anything. I didn't need to meditate. I was looking out and I was seeing the clear, golden, transparent light. It was everywhere. It was streaming through the trees. It was everywhere. It was right. I was all through me. I wasn't having to meditate to see it. That's the result of my intention, my practice, my contemplation, my integration of all what I'm trying to explain to you all. And I went like, whoa, I get it. That means I'm just walking around and looking at it, and I'm just being in the light. I'm the light. I'm the light. Here's the light. It's everywhere. So later in the day, I'm not kidding you. Oh, no, it was right after that. I was fixing my lunch. I started to feel the light come out of my feet. Now, I felt it in meditations, light shoot out through my feet as the great ray comes in my head, because it's just zooming and going everywhere. But I'm not kidding. I felt that light coming out of my feet, and I'm going, well, that's different. But I'm not, but I said to myself, see, I didn't believe it. I thought, well, yeah, this isn't going to last. I'm not telling anybody about this, because this will not be, it'll change. It'll stop. So I did. I just let it, I just thought, well, what the heck, and I went about my day. But still, once in a while, I stand up and walk, you just couldn't not feel it. The light's just coming out of my feet. And then I sit down at night in my chair and I'm going, and I realize, hold it. There is light coming out my whole backside, the back of my legs, my thighs, my bottom. And I'm aware, I'm putting my awareness and watching, and it's in my back. Then I'm going, shoot, it's in my neck, it's in my head. It's going down the whole back of me. And I'm going, well, now that's weird. And then I thought, well, I wonder what it's doing on the front of me. And so I thought about the front of me, but see, I joined with the light of my companion. So now our heartbeat is one. And so sometimes I get mixed up about whose heart beats who. And the energy and the light that's on the front of me. So I go, well, I can't go by that. Well, I just left that be, right? And before I went to bed, though, what was weird, I wasn't I wasn't meditating. I was not meditating to feel any of that light. Because see, in meditation, what will happen in your own way, you're going to start to feel that light come in your mind, when your body's an image in your mind. So you're going to feel it in your body. And you will start to let this light settle through you. And then you'll get up from meditating, you'll walk around and like I would, and you don't feel that light. And then you go back to meditating and see, it becomes more of you're redoing the ruts in your mind. You're redoing them. You're getting this light rut in your mind set up. But what shocked me was I was not meditating when I was feeling all that light going down my back. So, and then I wasn't meditating when I felt the great ray come in a little quiet, gentle spiral from my head down, straight down my body. Was this gentle little great ray light was coming down, but I knew it was there. And I thought, and I'm not meditating. And I'm going, well, fine, whatever. I go to bed and then I wake up in the night and I start meditating. No, I wake up and then the great rays coming in again in my mind. And Holy Spirit tells me, because I want to stop. I want to just turn over and no, stay with the light. And then that's when the Holy Spirit told me that the light is now becoming a permanent part of me, because I can now feel it coming out of me. Now, see, all of this has got to stabilize. When I look back on all of this, is with whatever practice each of you are doing, you'll have times where you want to just rest, just stop, settle, and contemplate what you've been reading and let it and take it in, let go and take it in. And you're stabilizing that particular truth in your mind. Then you go again and you're reading, meditating, whatever you're doing, practicing forgiveness. there'll be these stages where you then, it gets accumulated. Jesus talks about that in the steps, where you stabilize that and then you go on. And what will happen though, as you're undoing this false ego, Holy Spirit will bring people, images, or items of controversy to you, even political stuff, who knows, whatever. Bless all the people going through pandemic and illnesses. We send our light to all of them. But you'll be presented with things to practice forgiveness on and ask Holy Spirit, guide me what to do or say. What boundaries do I need to set up? What do I need to do about that? Because we're not just sitting on our meditation cushion. We're active in our family life, in helping our planet. If you're guided to do so. What politics, vote, be vaccinated if you choose to do stuff like that. Because this is a social environment. People got the flu and coughing on each other. I mean, do we want to be kind and considerate and not cough on people, you know? So it boils down to my own personal actions of being loving to myself and to my brothers and being aware of what I'm thinking. All as a result of practicing Jesus's advanced forgiveness, turning your day over to the Holy Spirit and meditating. Life-changing. Let's see if I got anything that didn't. Steps I've practiced. Let's see what this last thing. Oh yeah, being mindful. That's called the bell of mindful. Another big step that I wrote here was mindfulness, which means I designated a sound, a bird. I would say when I heard a bird tweet or a car sound, I would come back to my mind, meaning take my attention. This is a big deal, guys, that you bring your attention back to your mind and ask myself, what was I thinking? Because the mind is just wandering. It's thinking its own thoughts. Who's in charge here? What's doing this? It ain't you. It's the ego thought system. You are the Christ mind, the Buddha mind. You are God mind. And ultimately, you just are. You just is. It's a wrong word, but just isness, beingness. We get beyond even mind. We're just being, you know. But first you got to get control of the mind. That's called mastery, self-mastery of the mind. But anyway, that's mindfulness. And when I'd come back to my mind, what was I thinking about? I would practice then forgiveness on the image or situation. And then I'd go back off walking again or whatever I was doing. Then I heard another sound of a car. What was I thinking? Come back to that. It's enough. Now, see, that's a very attentive habit to develop, because that's not typical. We're typically just letting the mind do what it wants. And then the other mastery was this meditation where I would realize when I was grabbing onto things, shaking the snow globe, whoa, I wanted it this way. I wanted it now. Oh, you got to let all that stuff go while you still plan and budget, but never put your body in harm's way. Oh, and letting go of the person I used to be. That's a whole couple of different meetings I did. Because the mind believes it's a body with a certain personality, gender, job, and we don't give up our job. We're practical. See, this is called the middle way. I'm called myself practical. We're not giving up. We're not making big, huge decisions to quit our job, divorce our mate, do something crazy when there's a huge pandemic or problems, because ego would love to disturb a person's life. But yet you're letting go of the person that you're a husband, wife, father, wife, mother, all those things, but yet you still take care of your children, still cook your meals. But you are not a body, you are free. You're still as God created you. But you're totally, that's those 3 or 4 or 5 times I would sense that I was falling backwards off that cliff, I was letting go of the person I used to be, the Glenda that I was, into the light that I am, trusting that God, Tao force is there to catch me, be with me, and let that light stream through me. It's a trust that develops. And you're practicing, the texts and the lessons in the course. And that's then 7:55. So we're good enough for the end here. Anyone have a specific question or a thought you want to share here in our recordings? We're still in recording. And Joan's got her hand up. So Joan, unmute yourself. And although I might be able to unmute you. Nope, you got to unmute yourself. You're still muted. Down on the bottom left of your screen is you click on there you go. You're unmuted.
Is that good?
That's good.
Okay. The question I had was that at one point you were talking about the ruts in your mind and going over the ruts in your mind. So are you saying that you were reinforcing something that was good or getting rid of ruts?
We're re-rutting, we're rewiring the mind. You're changing the ruts from ego thinking to holy thinking.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a habit, because I forget what they say in psychology, how many times it takes thinking a certain thought before you change the habit. Well, that's why Jesus wants us to practice this on everything that shows up in front of our face. Because as many times as you can practice this advanced forgiveness, then Holy Spirit can heal the unconscious thoughts that are in your unconscious that you can't get to. And they're not on a one-to-one basis. If you do one forgiveness thing during the day, he might heal 1,000 unconscious judgments. It's monumental. The magnitude's huge of what he can do. Any follow-up on that, Joan?
Oh, Glenda, you're kind of going in and out. You stop, and then you come back on again. So I'm not sure what you were asking me.
Oh, I'm just seeing if you had any other follow-up on that question.
No, thank you.
Okay, then Sally's got her hand up. Yes, Sally.
Well, this doesn't really have a lot to do with what you were talking about, but something that came up in my mind today, which is resistance to the course, that and I asked the Holy Spirit about it, and I'm sure maybe I'll get clarification, but I just wanted to ask you that I feel like if I'm not empathetic with people, if I'm not like feeling like their pain when they talk to me about their problems, that it's I'm being superficial, like they're gonna get mad that I'm not really connecting with their feelings, and it was just kind of like a question that came in my mind today about just not being above the battleground and not being involved in the struggle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. For me, I find I actually start to feel empathy. No, empathy is not the word. It probably is the word, but I'll tell them how sorry I am, and I really mean it, that it happened to them. I'm so sorry. Like when I went to see Roy, well, I shouldn't say that, in the rehabilitation place, I went, well, what the hell, Roy? I'm so sorry. I mean, he was in a life or death situation that it happened. And because it happened in the illusion, and they could then feel, he could feel that I cared. I'm so sorry. Now, of course, it's the illusion. And And then we talk about even like the boundaries, like he was doing a certain activity that he's not going to do again that caused the accident. But yet we were talking about how in the illusion, maybe not to have that happen again, because then there's less drama. But at the same time, I know there's nothing to be sorry about. It never happened, but I would never, ever say something like that. And I actually felt sorry that it happened to him. Now, here's what I've learned to do when I get away from the situation then is, or some people can do it. So far, I haven't been able to do it with the person, but they actually take their pain through the third eye, and just as soon as it shows in the third eye, they burn it up. They burn up the issue, the suffering for the person. Don't take it on. Don't take on their karma or their worry, but this burns it up, and it can actually soften their illness or how they feel. And then also thinking about them as spirit, practicing forgiveness on them later. That on me and them, it never really happened, because some course students say you never say you're sorry. Well, hell, what happens in the world, I've hurt people's feelings unknowingly, and they expect an apology. I know they do, and I want to apologize because I did it. I hurt their feelings. I didn't mean to do it, and I'll actually say, I just had a knee-jerk moment. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I love you. I care about you. Can we start over? It'll come to you what to say. Then later, I do advanced forgiveness on that. Their spirit, whole, pure, and innocent, always forgetting rings. Nothing really happened. But see, karma happens, cause and effect. So cause and effect is going on in that other person's life and your life. So if you take on their karma, you can add karma to your life, and you don't want to take on other people's karma, but yet you can burn up some of their karma by burning it in the light. But
I got, yeah.
you got it. Mm-hmm. But you're empathetic. If not,
Yeah,
you'll have.
I mean, I understand. I understand. It's like you want to you feel like you have to feel the pain they feel in order to like really make them understand that you love them, but you don't.
No, you don't have to feel the pain. No, that would be ego and taking on their karma. No, but yet you can understand the situation and give compassion to them that it happened and all. How can you help them? What would anything they need you want to do? You want me to do for you? I don't know.
Right.
Ask Holy Spirit. That's a very good question. Thank you. Well, now if anyone else have any question they want to do in the recording before I shut down for the evening.
Come on.
I'm trying to mute them, but it won't work. But that's okay. Okay, well then we will say good night. You can unmute and say good night to everybody if you want. Look, Brian Crawford came in, Holy Son of God, Brian.
Good night.
Good night.
I'll stop the recording.
Love you all.
Thank you, Glenda.
Bye, everybody. You're welcome. So welcome. So glad to be with you all. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.